You've probably seen it everywhere. Dogecoin, the original meme coin, has been on an absolute tear lately. But this huge surge has everyone asking the same exact question. Is this the start of a new run to the top, or is a big pullback waiting just around the corner? To figure that out, we gotta look past the hype and dive straight into the data.
21%. Yeah, you heard that right. That's how much Dogecoin has shot up in just the last week. A move that big, it definitely gets everyone's attention. And, it really raises the stakes.
And that really brings us to the million-dollar question. Is this rally for real, or is it just short-term hype? Well, we're not going to guess. We're going to dig into the on-chain data to see what investors are actually doing with their coins. Okay, first up, let's look at the bull case. And honestly, it's all about the conviction of long-term Dogecoin investors. And there are some really powerful signals here that suggest a pretty strong foundation is being built.
The first metric we need to talk about is called liveliness. Now, it might sound a little technical, but the idea is super simple. It just tracks whether long-term holders are spending their coins. So if the score is low, it means they're holding on tight, what we call hodling. It's basically a direct measure of their confidence in where things are headed.
And get this, right now, Dogecoin's liveliness score is not just low, it's dropping. It's sitting at 0.705. This is a huge clue, you guys. It tells us that those long-held coins are going dormant. The veterans aren't selling into this rally. They are holding on for dear life, which is a classic bullish sign.
And that's not all. We're seeing another really bullish trend. Something called the Hodler net position change has been going up and up since early September. All that really means is that more and more coins are being moved into long-term storage. Think about it. Not only are people refusing to sell, but the actual available supply of Dogecoin is getting smaller.
So let's just put the whole bullish case together. You've got these two powerful forces working together, existing holders who are showing some serious conviction, and a shrinking supply of coins available to buy. That combination, well, that creates a very solid foundation for a potential blast-off.
So it seems like a pretty clear-cut case, right? All systems go? Well, not so fast. Because while the on-chain data is telling one story, there's a key technical indicator that is flashing a pretty significant warning sign that we absolutely cannot ignore.
Let's flip the coin now and look at the bear case. This side of the argument comes from a classic tool used to measure market momentum, and right now it is basically screaming caution.
The indicator we're talking about is the Money Flow Index, or MFI. It looks at both price and volume to measure buying and selling pressure. Now, the key number you need to watch here is 80. Whenever the MFI goes above 80, it signals that an asset is overbought, and that usually means the buying pressure might be getting exhausted and a price correction could be right around the corner.
And guess where Dogecoin is right this second? You got it. The MFI just crossed that line, sitting at 80.29. It has officially entered overbought territory. And historically, that's a major red flag that this rally might be running out of steam.
So where does all this leave us? I mean, we have two completely different, conflicting stories. On one hand, the fundamental behavior of the long-term holders looks incredibly bullish. But on the other hand, you've got this classic technical indicator flashing a major bearish warning.
This really leaves us with two very distinct paths forward. So in the bullish scenario, that holder conviction just wins out. That pressure could push the price right through the 0.29 resistance level and maybe even retest the January high up around 33 cents. But in the bearish scenario, that overbought signal triggers a correction, and we could see the price fall back below its key support level near 26 cents.
So that's the battle line that's been drawn. You have the deep conviction of the long-term holders versus the classic technical warning signs. Which force is going to win out? The answer to that question is going to decide Dogecoin's next big move.